Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another tiny session of the Age of Adventure RPG. I am GM Age, and I'm here once again with Thelma to my Louise. Taz.
I'm the I'm the Blain to your Mac in Predator.
Oh, the Blain to my Mac. I like that. I was actually just thinking I've never seen Thelma and Louise, so I
No, I
only
didn't
only
think
remember
so either.
I only remember the cover on the VHS.
Yeah,
That's one for the oldies.
and then going off the cliff. That's about all I know.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly the same. Um,
Mm-hmm.
all right, so we are playing the uh, Age of Adventure RPG, and this adventure is called. What is it called? Where is it? Here it is. Beneath the Hollow Tree, and I think what we'll do is I'll
Funnily
get.
enough, that's exactly where we are.
Yep, so I'll get Taz to introduce just briefly the two characters we have on this adventure, and then I'll recap just where the two characters are. Take it away, Taz.
I have to have a look actually at my characters. So the two characters that we have playing today are one Tommy Banana, human wizard and entrepreneur, who's looking to develop a chain of clothing stores throughout the lands that we adventure in. And he has a partner in crime, or his name is Francesco Barbreaker, or Frank to his friends, a dwarven warrior who is also looking to obtain significant profit from Tommy Banana's clothing stores. So he's he's an investor in the business, and the investment is going quite well. We already have a second investor as well. The warden Omar Talltray.
Good, well done. You got his name right. I always stuff that up. Yes,
Yeah, well, I wrote it. That's why I wrote it down. That's exactly
warden
why I wrote
of
it down.
the warden of Darkwood, and so he has hired these adventurers, and then in the preceding the adventure, there was a little deal struck where he, in return for, I think you're going to in return for an outfit to see,
That's
yeah,
right. Yes.
to see once he sees your wares, then he knows it's the real
Correct.
deal, and he'll put in. He'll invest in the business. So you've got that as a little bonus when you return. And he is the warden of the Darkwood, which is a vast arboreal expanse, which is being currently plagued by unknown species that dwell beneath the hollow tree. They are farming well, it's known as redweed by the once thriving gremlin population, which is essentially been wiped out by this
Yes.
mind-altering substance, and the warden is concerned this dread will spread to other denizens of the wood, and hence has called upon the adventurers to come and put an end to the farming operation and restore peace to the dark wood. And so it is that the adventurers travelled deeper into the forest, led by a talking raven, which looks like a crow there, but
Yes.
a
Known as
talking,
Scoot.
correct, who is working for Talltray and led them through the twisted
Well,
pathways.
maybe not working for. He's been cursed and has to work for Talltray.
Ah,
So
okay, very good. And not a willing thing, but paying his dues to perhaps one day return to his former self. And he was able to lead the heroes in and through the dark wood to a marked tree, which is that picture there,
yes.
which we currently have Frank looking upon the tree, and it is currently, I've put afternoon. I don't know if it was late afternoon or early afternoon, if you remember.
No,
I
didn't
can't
make
remember
notes
which
on
segment of the
that.
day, but anyway, it's in the afternoon, and it has been raining. It still is raining, although the heavy canopies and leaves sort of provide a bit of respite, although the ground is very boggy and wet with leaves and marsh and the such. So we've currently split the party, and we have Frank looking upon the
Okay.
tree, and I think the scene is currently with Tommy, who has been
Yes.
escorted by Scoot, and Scoot sort of he flies, but sort of in hops, like he'll flutter to a log and then he'll flutter to a branch, so he doesn't sort of stay in the air all the time. So he's have you already seen the body, or we were just going to the body?
No, haven't. Yes, we've got body in quotations.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
So you move to a position where you see Scoot stop and look down and said, "And there it is, still like the night, as it was when I first saw it, poor soul."
Let's have a look. What can we see?
All right. From your position, we'll say it's a near position because this part of the wood is off track, quite tangled. So you get to a near position where you sort of peer over, some broad leaves, and you do see this figure face down in the mud, which I will paste in. I'll paste them all into the encounters, so there's a bit of history. Sure. Pasting now, and then essentially this looks like a scrawny, green-skinned, definitely lifeless, its eyes twisted back into its skull, crudely dressed, but wet and soppy with mud, although the body isn't decayed to an extent where it's been there for like a week or so, but just a lifeless body face down in the mud, seemingly devoid of equipment as well as life. What would you like to do?
Well, seemingly, you say seemingly. Let's search the body.
Okay, Tommy, you move towards the body with no threat in between, and you realize as you arrive at it, it is definitely not carrying any backpacks or sacks or anything like that you can see straight off. You can make a detect roll this round.
No, you know.
Picture's there. It's in under
The chat?
No, encounter 1 is all the pictures going to be in encounter 1. Yes.
Sorry. Yep. Encounter 1.
Scroll down to the bottom.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So a largish creature.
Yeah, very scrawny, green-skinned humanoid, wearing ragtag sort of clothing, sopping wet and muddy. You can't make out any.
That's not one of the things that we killed before, was it?
You have seen. No, it's nothing out of character. That it's not the same creature, but it is nothing that your character has seen. It seems to be a hybrid between you would say between an orc and a gremlin, an orc and a goblin.
Goblin, rightio.
But you're not too sure. Actually, what are you? Like, what is Frank? Frank is a human?
No,
sorry,
Frank's
Tommy.
not there.
Tommy.
Tommy is human. Yep.
Tommy's human and Frank is dwarf. Okay, yep. So, yeah, not 100% sure, but nothing visible at a glance without moving the body or doing a search.
Okay. I'll say to Scoot, what can you see with your avian eyes?
What, in terms of what am I looking at, Tommy?
It wouldn't be like this thing's trapped, or could it possibly be disease ridden?
I've pecked at its body. Hopefully, it's not disease ridden.
You've already touched it. Okay, well then that's fine. If you have touched it and it's still here, it's always a good sign.
Yeah, and nothing happened when I did it. I tried to rummage through its pockets. I didn't find anything of note. But it seems quite heavy for me to lift, but maybe you could turn it over. There might be something on the other side.
Let's do our own search.
All right. So do you want to spend an extra round to do a thorough search, or just do a quick frisk?
Definitely.
All right. So
extra round.
the extra round goes by simultaneously. There's no change to Tommy peering up. Oh, sorry, Frank peering upon the hollow tree. It sits silent. Rain sort of draping down. The entrance clearly descending into darkness. So no change there. So you can make first roll of the night for Tommy. It is a detect roll, which is mind with a bonus dice.
Mind, which is very good. So 2D.
2D.
Okay. Ooh. 2 successes and a hero point.
Nice start. All right, grab your hero point there.
Do I get a hero point for that?
You do.
Always...
Yep, you do for a full search. As you search the body, there's no like traps or anything sort of on the body. It does seem a bit weird to you that it seems to be in the middle of nowhere. So that sort of makes you think, okay, that's, it's off the beaten path. And you were told I'm pretty sure you were told at one point either by Tall. Jeez, I forgot his name every time.
Trey?
Tall Trey, or maybe it was
Call him the
Scoot.
warden.
Omar. I remember Omar, his first name.
Okay, there you go.
I
That'll
think you
work.
were told just to stay on the trail because the woods, crossing the woods, could be perilous. So this is probably
Can I
evidence.
see any wounds on the creature?
So the two things you do find with that two successes, first of all, you find there is a pouch, but it's empty. So you can tell it's just sort of a bit torn and empty. You can see there's a scabbard with a dagger in it on the front. You can see the hilt of it. And you also notice there is a puncture wound that's sort of in between its, sort of at the top of its chest, between its arm and its chest. And the puncture wound looks like it's all pussy and with, and black from some type of perhaps venom.
Okay, time to go. Scared me off.
Do you want to take any of the items that I described? The empty pouch? No. And the...
Not touching it.
All right. So you flipped over the body to see that, the wound and also the items, but you quickly move and Scoot says, "Heading back already, Tommy?" Ah.
Yeah. Too risky, Scoot.
Oh, a man of caution.
I'll take
Not
all
like
my
the
risks,
others.
in business, not in adventuring.
Yep, not like the others that have ventured before. Took many risks, they did. Never came back.
Thanks for stating the obvious, Scoot. Appreciate it.
All right, you easily make your way back
Sure.
towards Frank, and he's been guarding that whole time, but no change, nothing for him to roll or detect. And he's a near distance
I think
from the tree.
I think we did roll this. We were just checking the path.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any traps on the path or
There's
anything like that.
nothing, even though there's a lot of roots and cover due to all the rain, etc. I think you determined, I'm pretty sure you determined there's nothing in between where you are and the entrance. I'm pretty sure you did that. Unless you didn't, unless you know otherwise.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we did.
I'm sure you did check that. Yeah.
All right. Let's move in.
All right. Scoot says, "Good luck, boys." Ah. He
See
flutters
you on
off.
the other side, Scoot.
Flutters off. What's the order of march? Well, first of all, this entrance seems only wide enough for one person, but it is quite high, so a taller creature could get in without too much trouble as well. So it's sort of
Frank will go in first, and Tommy follow behind.
All right. As you move into the hollow of the tree, the rain is obviously cut off, and it's replaced by the sounds of dripping and the rush of sort of air sort of whistling down. You can see the water trail in a downward sort of pattern. The ground underfoot is just like knotted roots and mud. So it sort of descends, you can tell by the way the water's going, but quickly you realize that as you step in, the light from outside afternoon is cut off and it becomes dark as you move a near distance in.
Right. Okay, so then we'll obviously need some light. So Frank will light a torch.
All right, strike off one torch, and in Frank's hand, I will put a torch.
No, he will give that to Tommy. Tommy will hold the torch.
You got a tinderbox?
Frank's got his weapon shield.
All right, so Frank has, what's he going with? A shield and what else?
And his hand axe.
One hand axe, okay. And Frank has torch and anything else?
No, Tommy's got the torch.
Oh, Tommy has torch.
Yep.
And Frank has shield and one-handed axe.
That's it.
So Tommy has a free hand, or what's he putting?
No, his other hand will be his sword cane.
His sword cane. What
Just
actually?
so...
Tommy's a wizard. The hell.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, his arcane sword cane. No worries.
Yep.
Arcane. Okay, so holding it's enough to cast spells, but to use it to block, he needs both hands. So he'd have to drop the torch to keep that in mind. All right.
Right.
Okay, no problem. So you said, I can't remember. You said going first, Frank.
Frank is first.
Frank is first without the torch. All right, the light flickers behind him as he starts moving. Now you've got a few options. You can stay in melee distance to each other. That means you can tap each other and pass things. A near distance, which is like a free move distance, or a far distance where someone stays and waits for the other person to send. And the
No,
torch is a near
we'll
distance.
keep together. Keep right next to each other.
All right. In that case, the torch is enough to light you all in a near distance because you're essentially like in hand distance to each other. And as you start descending, you notice underfoot there are enough roots to sort of stop you from slipping, but you've sort of realized if you were wanting to run, it could be, quite difficult to keep your feet.
Sure.
Your feet sort of stick into the mud at certain points, making a splotching sound. So do you want to try to avoid making sound, or are you happy just to walk and focus on something else? So you can either, in other words, focus on detecting or focus on sneaking.
Well, Frank's good at. He's got the detect. To start again, he's got the detect skill.
Mm-hmm. So just walk normally and use detect.
Yeah, just walk normally. Yeah.
Okay, so Frank is detecting, and what about Tommy?
Tommy's just there, just trying to keep the light.
Okay, you can do detecting, or you can be preparing a spell. You can pretty much do a free action rather than nothing. So you either focus on detecting.
No, he will prepare a protection spell.
Oh, now don't forget. Let me just make sure I have updated that. Yeah, now protection has changed. We've updated protection.
You killed me.
It's better. Protection is now because clerics have a free action where they can smite. So wizards have a free action where their protection is literally it's always on. So what happens is if you get attacked, you can make a free roll of protection, so free spell roll 1d, and if you succeed, you'll automatically get 1 dice bonus to defending that attack. So it basically is always on, but although you have to roll for it to be effective to help you. You don't get a spell drain from it, but
you roll it once per combat or something, or how does that work?
The protection?
Yeah.
Every time you get attacked, you can roll it, but you can only get a bonus on 1 attack per round. So if you get attacked twice in that round, then it's only going to help you with the first.
So a mind roll to
activate a defense. Yeah, you only have to roll if you get attacked, so you don't have to roll now. So you don't have to worry about that unless you want to focus on it, which means you get 2 dice, obviously, if you do get attacked. So you can focus on protection, but you don't have to cast protection.
No, he's going to focus on missile.
All right, you start whispering the words that you know will conjure the missile spell. As you descend down, the whispers just, hitting Frank's ears as he sort of concentrates and peers ahead with the torch sort of spluttering on him. He can make a detect roll. You get a bonus dice because that was what he's focused on. So he's already skilled in detect. Is that what you're telling me? Is that
that's right.
So he gets 3 dice because his focus is also on detecting.
And only gets 1 success.
Ooh, do you want to take that or use a hero point to re-roll all 3?
I'm not using that. Nope.
All right, you get 1 success, and as you descend, the tunnel descends only a short period, a far distance. So it sort of bends once as it descends down and then straightens up, and he can clearly see that it opens into an area where he can see the ground underfoot flattens, and he can make out with 1 success, he can make out shadowy movement. So he can't see the moon, but he can see shadows indicating that something is moving there. Could just be movement of like trees from breeze or something, but he can't hear sound though. He doesn't hear anything other than the squelching of the feet and the crackling of the torch. So I'll say he's a near distance from that mouth that opens into a wider area.
Okay. Now, one of the spells that Tommy can cast is Dark Sea. But that won't help with the
Yes.
torch.
No, it'll still help because Darkseid goes a far distance, so it'll go beyond the torchlight and peer into the cavern.
Right.
So yeah, you
He's
can
going to
definitely
cast Darkseid.
All right. Do you want to spend a round to concentrate on it, or just cast it now?
Yes. No, spend a round to concentrate.
All right. Give me 1 second. As you spend that round just waiting with Frank looking ahead, trying to discern what these shadows are. No, nothing else occurs, so you can make your roll 2 dice
So is that
to cast.
2 dice or 3?
You normally only get 1
Just
dice
2.
to cast, yeah, so you'll get 2 dice.
Success.
2 successes. Okay. You peer in, and these details, and it is shadowy in there, although not pitch black. But I'll still say your Darkseid does help penetrate through the gloom that is within, and you can make out some features. You can you notice that. So we'll say that you're on the flat part that leads into this open cavern, so you can see straight through, and you notice a number of humanoids tending to crops. I'll do a picture.
This is encounter 2?
No, it'll always be in encounter 1. So I'll paste it in there. So encounter 2 will only be used if you're in battle and there's two things.
These look happy people, happy creatures.
So what I'll describe them as is they are hairless creatures with vacant expressions on their faces, tending to crops of what appear to be red-coloured mushrooms. And because you can see a far distance, you notice that, let's just say at this point you can see, roll 2 dice, and that's how many you can see around the base of a staircase.
Okay. Go back to there. 2 dice. 7.
All right, so you can see 7 of them mulling about the base of the staircase. So there's a stone staircase built into this cavern that winds upwards. And you can also tell with your 2 successes that there is rain, sort of like a mist falling down upon the mushrooms that makes the environment seem... Oh, you can't actually tell they're red through Darkseid, but anyway, you see mushrooms. You can see that the area seems very lush. So the ground underfoot is sort of thick with a carpet of moss or grass, that sort of stuff.
Do any of the 7 look different from each other? Like, could I potentially see a leader or a foreman?
You can spend another round to have a look to see if there's some, hierarchy in what they're doing.
Yeah. All right, so 2 dice again?
Yeah, if you want to spend a round to do it.
Sure, I do.
Yeah, so you spend another round, and do you want Frank to do anything while Tommy's concentrating on...
Frank, just keep an eye out for anything else.
Okay, so he's just on guard then.
He can see a way down. We can see a way down.
Yeah, where you are now, a near distance, you'll get to the mouth that opens into this larger cavern. You just happen to see further in, where he sort of just sees gloom. You sort of happen to see through the gloom at these figures. So they're not operating in any light per se, but it's not full darkness in there, because you can tell there's some sort of mist or rain falling, which suggests there's either magical things about, or that does have an opening somewhere. What's coming from the ceiling.
Right, so 2 dice?
Yep, roll. Go for it. 2 dice. A mind check to discern any sort of...
2 successes and a hero point.
Now, unfortunately, yes, it is 2 successes, but there is no hero point because there actually is no discerning what they are. All basically just doing their own thing. Yeah, so there was no hierarchy to be discovered, but they are milling about. So one will, 2 of them will look at each other and they don't talk, but then they'll move out together, and then one will come back with something else to help, some sort of implement to help with the thing. So they seem to be active. Yeah, there is some sort of system of what they're doing.
Okay,
but they're taking great care. They're taking great care.
Okay. I have a plan. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's go. Let's try something. All right. So, as Tommy is an entrepreneur of some repute, maybe not down here, they may not know of him, but certainly elsewhere they do. He's going to cast, now, hopefully this spell is what I think it is, Speak. That allow him to speak with others?
Speak allows you to converse with any sentient being.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do
Okay.
then. I'm going to try and
Who's-
speak to one of these workers.
So now you are currently, this is Tommy, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, you're a far distance from them. So you could yell at them.
We're going to walk down.
Oh, you're going to walk in?
down.
Do you want to walk into the cavern?
Yes.
Okay, you enter the cavern, and as you do, roll D60. So roll 2D, but it'll generate a number between 11 and 66. So,
Yeah. 21.
Okay, 21. So, all right. In this cavern, there's about 24 of these creatures because the cavern opens up into quite a large area. It seems circular, although it is shadowy and there are sort of crevices, so you're not sure if there's other passages through, but it's a large cavern, and in the top there's a hole in the ceiling where you can see the forest, the dark wood environs that you assume is the same as what you traveled in. So light drizzle is falling down. These creatures don't seem to pay you any heed. So even though you're clearly in the thing, there's some nearby just tending, they don't even look at you whatsoever. And you both get to make detect rolls. Now, let's do Tommy first. I'll only give him 1 dice because he's going to do speak. So he just does 1 dice.
Sure.
And then Frank can do 3 because I'll say that he was guarding the whole time. So Tommy gets 1 success.
Yep. And
Yep. Frank
has 3.
Yeah, I'll give him 3 because he wasn't doing any particular point. He gets 1 success as well.
1 success as well.
Okay, with 1 success each, you notice that the staircase, the only additional detail you get is that there isn't any there isn't any artificial light in this cavern, but there is enough light for vision. It's just that if you look into the gloom, things can be hidden. And this applies to the staircase, has 3 alcoves, similar size to the one you're exiting into the cavern and similar size to what you joined in that they're about 9 feet tall, but they're narrow. So they're like thin sort of things, but these ones are cut into the rock that the stone steps lead up to. So imagine 3 alcoves, and you can't see anything in the alcoves. They're pitch black. So 1 success just gives you no other information apart from these creatures, expressionless, not phased that you're even there. And now what did you want to do?
So I'm going to cast my speak spell.
Oh yes, all right, cast speak.
What's 1D? I'm going to use spend a round to concentrate.
Okay,
so.
as you're concentrating, don't roll. As you concentrate this round to cast speak, and Frank is just alert, you notice movement come from the bottom cavern, and in this round, while you're concentrating to get an extra bonus, some creatures emerge. So first picture I'm going to post. Oh no, actually I'll do this. These creatures emerge. I'm going to do this first. They look very similar to the expressionless creatures that are around you, but they are wearing, they're armed. And unlike the creatures that are tending to the crops, they are looking at you as they emerge, and you can roll. There are how am I going to do this? 2d3. So roll 2d6, halve it, and then add them together. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So 1 and 2 is 3.
3.
There's
okay.
3 of them.
3 of them, just like the picture. That's good. Okay, there's 3 of them there, and now they are a far distance away from you, because it's a far distance from where they are to you are, and in between where you and they are 21 of these other creatures. Now it's your turn as they've emerged. They don't say anything, but all 3 of them are looking at you. They emerge
So I cast my speak spell.
Let's go. 2 dice.
Two
Two
successes.
successes. And is that a hero point? 3? Oh, no, you've got 2.
No, for
Um,
Tommy.
okay, you cast Speak, and what do you want to say? Well, actually, when you cast Speak, it becomes clear to you straight away that these creatures do not possess the ability to speak.
Oh, great.
So you
Well,
straight
that
away,
does really good.
your spell straight away, it works, but only to the effect where you actually doesn't enchant anything that you can actually say, because they don't speak
Right.
either. So you did notice beforehand, though, they did seem to be communicating to each other. It's just that spell requires speech.
Christ beat. So there's some other form of communication.
Yes. And in
Would
fact,
we
as
be
you are
able
you're
to-
doing that round, these 3 guards, will just call them, look at each other, and they start walking to you. Very calm. They're not like aggressive, but they're just walking, making their way to you. They'll probably take 2 rounds to get there,
Okay.
unless you want to
Just
meet them.
we're
By
gonna-
walking in, it'll be 1 round.
Going to meet them.
All right. You now are in the center of the cavern. As you get to the center, you get a bit more of a, appreciation of what's around. I know that Frank's always looking. Okay, so I'll give him a bonus dice, and I'll give you 1 dice for detect. So you can make another detect roll.
Oh, this is Tommy.
Yep, as you walk. So your movement is a free action.
Success.
Yep.
And Frank is 3 dice.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yep. You want to try and get more than 1 success. The 1 success isn't really showing you much.
Hey, hero points.
Okay, and 2 successes. All right. So
Successes.
So your Dark Sea, you can roll 1 die. What did you roll for your Dark Sea? Do you remember?
Ooh,
Anyway, we'll say that this is the
hold on.
last round your Dark Sea works.
I think I rolled. Oh no, I can't tell you. I'm sorry,
Anyway,
I don't know.
we'll just say, for effect, this is the last round of your Dark Sea, but even with your Dark Sea, it doesn't detect anything with 1 success. Like, you don't get any other features, apart from the fact, in
Sure.
terms of distance, it's a far distance to get to the top of the stairs that ends at the 3rd alcove. And that's probably another near distance to the ceiling if you did want to try and get out of the ceiling. Too far to jump, but if you had right and grapple, you might be able to get up there. But with 2 successes for Frank, he picks up some other details. He picks up from the 2nd alcove, he can see a smoke wisping up from the ceiling and then just going against the wall. So it's sort of like a black smoke.
Okay. Could he, with his knowledge of being a dwarf, recognise if that's like blacksmith smoke or?
Okay, I'll
is
give
it
you
wood?
with 2 successes. Yeah, with 2 successes,
Yep.
he realizes it's coming from like a blacksmith type operation. So something is there is some sort of smithing going on in there, and that's the extra feature he got. Yeah, okay, so he's noticed that. The other, the top one, nothing, and the bottom one, the guards came out of. So, all right. So are we keeping Frank
Let's
in
wait for
front,
the guards.
and you're keeping the flame?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you move in.
Is there going to be? I'm going to meta here. Is there going to be a problem with the torch in the misty area?
No,
going
the
out?
water's dripping onto it, but it's not to the extent where it's going to have any impact on dousing it.
Sure.
If you drop it, the ground is very moist underfoot, so
Very
that
wet.
would be an issue, but not where it is. But even, as I said, even if you didn't have this torchlight, you'd still be able to see. It just wouldn't be as focused as the light now shining on. So as these 3 approach you, they get a bit closer, and I mean, you can tell they're wearing armor, but the armor is like, it's fashioned in a way that it seems makeshift. So it's scraps of all different types of equipment. And indeed their spears, even though that picture looks like they're well-oiled machine there, even the spears are all makeshift, and some are proper spears, others have been sort of copied or manufactured to sort of mimic it. So they're a ragtag guard unit, let's just say. But their expressions are identical to the other creatures, and as you get to the middle, and you're basically going to be in melee distance of these guards, the other creatures look up to you. So imagine these 21 creatures, They all
Oh,
stop.
everyone's looking at
They
me.
all stop what they're doing, and they all
Okay.
look at you at the same time. So this all happens at the same time as you guys are looking around and getting more of your surroundings, getting a better appreciation. And then one of the guards pulls out from his like his belt pouch. And it's a sack. It's not a pouch. It's a sack that could definitely hold 6 items. He sort of unfurls it, and he puts it on the ground in front of you. They're still not aggressive or anything, but they put it down in front of you. It's empty, and they just wait.
Okay, let's have a look here. What he's looking for, some sort of donation or something. Anything I can really offer to let go is the rope, Frank's rope.
Okay, so Frank's going to.
Yes, donate the rope. Put the rope inside onto the bag.
Okay, yep. You put the rope into the bag, and then they look at Tommy.
Crap. That'd be enough. The only thing he's got is really some food. Doesn't really have much else.
I'm gonna put a provision in there.
Yeah, put some provisions in there. 2 provisions.
All right, you drop 2 provisions in, so strike the 2 provisions and the rope, and they pick up the sack, and then they walk with their backs towards you back to the alcove they came from, which, because you met them halfway, it'll only take 1 round. And then you notice that when they start taking this sack, all of the workers, they go back to doing their work, leaving you a free round to do something before they return to their cave.
Okay, so we've got two other exits. Is that right?
So the only options you've got are back where you came from,
Yep.
deeper into the cavern. If you want to go to the crops where, there's some shadowy stuff, there's no exits. The only other way is up this staircase.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's go up the staircase then.
Okay, to go up the staircase, you'll have to pass where the guards were, because they went in the alcove at the base of the staircase. So if you can imagine, this staircase has 3 alcoves at the base, in the middle, and the top. And the middle one's the one with the smoke peppering out.
Okay, let's head to that space then.
Right, so if you do that, you're essentially following these guards as they go back to there. All right, you start walking, and as you do, you notice some of the worker clones sort of look up at you with their expressionless faces that don't approach you or anything, but they sort of look at you. And one of the guards, the one at the rear, he turns around and looks at you, and he just stops, like almost blocking your way, as if you would have to walk around him or get through him, as the other 2 continue. He doesn't hold his weapon threateningly, though.
He's blocking me from the staircase.
Well, you can easily walk around him. I mean, it's a wide open area, but the direct path that they were going in, he you don't know how, but he just turns around and then he looks at you and just stays like that.
I would suggest that he's preventing me from, or wanting me not to go up there. So let's follow the other 2 guards then.
Okay.
If he gets in front of me.
Yeah, so if he gets in front of you, you can walk around him or try to walk around him.
Oh, we'll see what happens first before we make a decision on
So
that one.
who's going to walk around him? Both of you at the same time? One.
Hold on. Sorry. I thought he's blocking me from the staircase. Sorry. Is that right?
Yeah, they're moving. The 3 guards were moving to the staircase where the alcove is. Yep. They hadn't got there yet, because the rear one realized you were following them and just turned around and stopped with his spear. So you haven't got to the staircase yet, but you could walk around him. Like, they're not on a path. It's just like an open cavern with, moss.
I'm going to try and use Tommy's going to try and use some sign language. He's dealt with the primitives before, so we're going to, shrug his shoulders and, which way.
Okay, yeah, make a mind roll. Yeah, that's sort of theatre. I would say that's mind.
The bad lieutenant.
Who's doing that?
Sorry.
Tommy?
Tommy is.
Yeah, all right. Make a mind check. We'll see how that
Mind.
message gets across.
Now, he has the skill of parlay. Does he get a bonus for that?
Parlay. We'll say that helps with theatre. Yeah, theatrics. But remember, you don't know if these are creatures susceptible to that, but you can only try.
Well, 2 successes.
Well, you know that you're clearly making the communication to say, what were you trying to communicate?
Which way do I go?
Oh,
This
you're
way,
not sure
this
where
way.
to do. You want to know, yeah, you want to sort of get where to go. Okay, you know that anyone with any sort of anyone with a brain, okay, would understand this, but they give you nothing.
Nothing.
Not the guard gives you nothing, and the few that are looking at you give you nothing.
Nothing.
They don't blink or anything. Don't nod.
Okay.
They don't shrug. They just have water sort of dripping on them as you're wet as well. By this time, the other group get to the area. They turn around and they start coming back without the sack. The sack's clearly been dropped in this area, in their alcove.
We might wait for them to get back.
Okay.
I whispered to Tommy. I whispered to Frank. I was going to say, gird your loins. Gird your loins, Frank. We may have to fight.
Okay. As they move back, you notice the two that are joining this third one, they start putting their spear, not in like an aggressive charging way, but in a way that's sort of gentle but more offensive. And as they do it, you notice that the one who's walking with them and the one who's standing in front with his back to them, so there's no way he could see they're doing this with their spear. He also brings his spear down identically the same way until all three of them are in a row and they start moving for you, clearly to suggest that it's time to leave. They don't have an expression of, malcontent or aggression, but I mean, their spears are now, if you don't move, it looks like you will be pricked. And even though they're makeshift, you can tell by the points on these blades that they're business. They're not just for ceremony.
Yeah, for sure, mate.
Do you back off?
Let's go. Bugger this. Missile.
Oh, you're not here. You're not here for peace negotiations. All right.
That's it. I've tried peace. Now let's try the other
Okay.
thing.
So before you do your
go.
missile, turn order. Let's do Tommy first.
Okay, so we might not be able to finish this battle here, but at least we'll get
Oh,
started.
do you want to start or do you want to just get the turn order happening and then stop?
We'll do the turn order and then go from there.
All right. No worries. Go, Tommy. Give us your turn order.
All right, Tommy. 24, that's okay.
It's decent. All right. What
All right.
about your old mate, Frankie? Frankie goes to Hollywood.
21. And
Frankie,
now the
21. Yep. Now you can
breaches.
roll for the encounters.
Ooh, 21 as well.
21.
What do
So
we do for draws?
yep. Roll a d6. 1 to 3. They act first.
Okay. All right.
What'd you roll?
A 6.
Awesome. All right. So with those rolls, we have.
Should be Tommy, Frank, encounter.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right. So I've marked that as Tommy 24, Frank 21, and encounter 21B for acting after. So Tommy, you can act first. What is your move? You're in melee distance.
Sure.
Remember, movement is a free action if you want to get a near distance. But currently, you're all face to face in melee distance with these three guards.
So Tommy will step back to near distance and shoot a missile.
Okay.
Missile even.
Yep, because there's more, they outnumber Frank. There's no penalty to hit one of them. Go for it. Here it comes.
1D.
1D. You don't want to roll a 1.
Ooh, hero point.
Oh, damn.
What
Do you want to use that for an extra point of damage or bank it?
Hell yeah.
Extra damage?
Yes.
Okay. What does your magic look like as it's conjured?
So let's see. It's going to be very sparkly. He's a bit pretentious, the old Tommy Bananas.
I forgot to ask you what your dark sea.
yellow,
I forgot to ask you what your dark sea look like? Was it actually your eyes change or?
Sunglasses. An image of sunglasses comes over. One of those, those bug-like sunglasses with the things
yeah,
that go
nice.
as well.
And the sunglasses help you? Wouldn't they make your vision worse?
It allows me to see.
Oh, okay.
Allows me to see in the
magic.
dark.
It's magic.
It's fashion, man. It's
all
fashion.
right. It's magic fashion. That can be your label. All right.
It could be.
Yeah. So, what does your missile look like? Sparkles.
Yeah. So a glowing ball that, as it travels through and to its target, it like spits off like sparkles.
Oh, jeez. It plummets into this first guard, and as it does, it punches a hole in its armor, and you realize all this white sort of goo ooze out of this creature. Almost immediately, you see its head cave in, and it just turns into a puddle of white goo with its armor just sort of, and its spear sort of drop. Now, as that happens, no reaction from the workers. Some of them are even still tending. Some are looking, but some are like tending to the forest. And the other two have still not moved into aggression, although it's not their turn. But all right, so you've managed to bring one down. Not only, well, you've obliterated it. It's literally turned into a white ooze.
Goo.
Yeah, white goo.
All right, and that's where we might stop it from there, mate.
All right, no worries. So I'll write here in the little chat. We've got Tommy has reduced one guard to ooze. Frank
is
in melee. I'll say Tommy in near. Frank in melee with 2 spear wielding guards. And I'll say also just one little other thing, in center of cabin. So that'll give me an appreciation of where you are in terms of that. And that concludes our little introduction to a peaceful community now being assaulted by humanity, as it has been through the generations and will continue to be. Mankind is a scourge. I'll leave you with that philosophical note.
Oh, come on.
That's
teaching the primitives, the way of the future. They want to develop. They want to grow.
You're helping them modernize. You're introducing them to. Yeah, I like it. Sometimes.
What is it again? Assimilate or eliminate? I think it is what it is. The comment.
Assimilate or perish, or something like that. All right, so that's GMH signing off. Taz, any last words?
Oh, this will time the actual when this actually was recorded, but go Pies into the prelim final.
Ooh, yes, Pete was very happy because not only did they win, but it allows him to play on the weekend. We've got another game going on, so
there you go.
He signed up.
Well, he can thank me for that. I gave him my barcode so he could go buy a ticket. So.
Oh, okay. I'll let him know he owes you one. All right, till next time, folks. We'll see you next time. Bye.